Okay, cool.
Send us an invite once you get in.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, let me be fine because you've been in here before.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I can hear Big Jim.
Can you hear that?
No, I didn't.
Hear that?
Oh,
Can you
yep,
hear
there
that?
you are.
Alright.
Oh, hold on. No, I didn't.
Hear that?
Oh,
Can you
yep,
hear
there
that?
you are.
Alright. Do I have a setting turned off or something?
Oh, I had myself muted. You got all your settings set up to share and all that good stuff?
I think so. Let me check. Yeah, allow your voice to.
Okay, and then in the main party settings, under... This is taking forever to load too. Party settings. You see, you see allow your voice to be shared, always allow? Okay. Cool. You should be fine. I'm gonna... Just talk to Swamp about something, I don't know. Talk about your truck again. Oh, never mind, somebody's got it up.
Talk about your truck.
I don't hear him.
I don't... Yeah, I don't think I hear him either.
No, wait, say something.
Say something. I can hear my voice echoing. I don't know. Is that not, say something. Say something.
Yeah, there you are. When you said say something.
Yeah.
Y'all might sound too much alike, is what it is. It'll be alright. We'll figure it out.
I was told I sound like Doc Shocks, but I've never heard Doc Shocks talk. So.
I tried to get Doc in here tonight.
So. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's got to stay at work late.
Is he a Cup guy or is he just an Xfinity guy?
He's an Xfinity guy, but he's also in the front office with us. Doom, boom, boom. Alright, you got that stream up? Are they still qualified?
Yeah, they're still qualifying.
Long qualifying race.
I can't see because it's very grainy. 7 out of 9 laps it looks like. So look, these guys know how to use or how to do qualifying a lot better than Xfinity guys. They're not running side by side. They're all in one single line, just following each other.
Yeah.
The Xfinity qualifying is pretty much
It's a race.
second warm-up race.
Yeah, it's just a race.
I had to learn pretty quick because I used to drive last season, but then I had my kid or whatever. I had to learn pretty early on. If it's a track that doesn't involve much drafting, I just pulled off to the side and just let everybody go.
Oh yeah.
Like fucking
Yep.
go. I'll be back here by myself, dude. But you're right. People sit there and race it like they're gonna win.
The only race they've had that way so far this year in the Cup Series is Martinsville. I mean, you think about it, Auto Club, Daytona, Las Vegas, all of those, you have to have the draft.
Yeah, that's true. But I also had a buddy or two that we would all drop back there and take off in the draft.
Yeah, that's also a good idea.
Iowa, we shouldn't need the draft.
You'd be surprised.
Nah.
Backstretch, you don't need it.
You do hit it on the backstretch, but yeah, it's not that big of a deal. But you definitely hit
Yeah,
it on
you
the
still
backstretch.
drive in deep and make up the time. First place not being shown on the stream because it's kind of. First is.
Oh, I just saw it.
Yeah, Kelvin.
Kevin in the 2-car?
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin with the pole gets the 2 extra points.
Are we allowed to join that?
No, they got to start loading into the actual race before we join.
Oh.
If we join right now, we will actually be racing.
Yeah. No.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, that sounds like a way to get my butt chewed out.
Nah, he'd get mad at me.
We're just trying a new thing, Gators. In-race commentating.
Yeah.
70.
Does he have it paused, waiting for everybody to get in there?
Yeah, it was paused. I accidentally joined, but I'm out.
Oh,
again.
shit.
Yeah. We're good. Rookie mistakes.
It'd be alright.
You're
Are you
allowed
still
to
watching?
too.
Yeah, you still watching the stream? Are they?
Yeah. No, they're still on the loading screen. 10 seconds left.
Okay. Is it running? Close to it. Alright, I want to go ahead and assume that it's safe to come in. Cool. So we are loading in now. You said Kevin won the poll. That's his first poll. Yeah, he sure did, didn't he? Alright, I'm just gonna load straight. Y'all got invites, right?
Can't wait till y'all saw my name, LOL.
Yeah.
I am loading now.
Alright, cool. Alright, well here we go. We're loading into the race.
Start with the game first.
We are here at Texas Motor Speedway tonight running the O'Reilly Auto Parts 500. Tonight, I am joined in the booth by Big Jim
What's up?
and Swamp
Can't
Fox
wait till
returns.
y'all say my name.
Not sleeping this time.
Hey, he's going to try not to anyways. Alright, so we join the action already in progress. They are heading out of four for the first time. It looks like you already heard at some point took the lead away from our pole sitter, the 2-car of Kevin. So I'm not sure what happened there, but somehow Kevin got shuffled out. He was our pole sitter for the night. He's collecting those 2 extra points, but he's falling back to 5th. We have a couple cars making their debut tonight here in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series North American eRacing League. That's going to be the 17 of Lights Out. He was our winner last night. He raced against the 2 guys up here in the booth. And also we have Tanglepelt, who is not making his debut, but he's making his second start. He's in that 34 Ford Mustang. He was fast last night. He won a stage. But let's go back to Lights Out making his debut. Y'all raced against him last night. How fast was he?
He was fast, but I didn't think he was faster than Max Boost, I'll tell you that much. Max Boost had the class car, but I mean, Lights Out did take advantage on that last restart. Got those fresh tires after the crash, but he did pretty good. He got himself up there. Got himself a chance at the win and ultimately executed.
And that he did. You know what they say, it doesn't matter how many laps you lead as long as you lead the last one. This is getting a little sketchy back here. It looks like we had 3 wide there for a second between the 3-car, is that the 4 Draven and the 19 of Storm Rooster. They get it settled out. Draven's going to settle in front of that 3-car.
Yeah, I'm expecting these guys on the outside. It'll work for a little bit, but you gotta get to that inside lane. This track's all about running, painting that white line down there.
As Kevin, he's Kevin in that 2-car, that Ford Mustang Team Penske machine. He's had a couple opportunities to get down to the bottom, but it looks like he's elected to ride the high side. Well, now he has a car underneath of him, but he's been riding that high side here all race. What could he be thinking? What is he trying to pull off there, Swap? Or is he just? Oh, we have cars through the infield back here. I think that's the 22 of Kronk and the 17 of Lights Out as they collect themselves and get back up to speed. So go ahead, Swamp.
Maybe something with tires, I don't know. The outside is not fast. I restarted on the outside every restart yesterday, and it was not fast.
I got you. So tire fall off here is a big factor at Texas. It's not quite Atlanta. It doesn't quite chew up the tires, but they do affect the tires. And the longer you run here on the track, the worse your tires get. So he could be trying to pull that strategy up there, try to save some tires. I don't know. What are you expecting out of the race tonight, Big Jim? Are we going to have some chaos like we did in the Xfinity race last night?
Nah, I don't think you're going to be seeing the amount of cautions that you saw there, but you will still see some cars get loose off of turn 4. We mentioned that in the Xfinity race. It's just, it's a glitch that they need to fix, but at the same time, you just got to run it as linear as possible to the outside wall.
Alright, for sure. So that turn 4 is tricky, and my Xfinity broadcasting partner, Mr. Williams, has coined the phrase, the Texas bite, coming off of 4. He believes a few people are going to fall victim to that Texas bite tonight, as we had at least 30 incidents last night where cars got loose off of 4, went through the grass. He didn't give us the copyright rights, but I think it's okay. I think we can use it tonight.
You know, I saw that mention, the Texas bite, and I dug it from the start. I love that.
There we go. All right, so your top 3 here, you already heard in that one Chevrolet Camaro, that Chip Ganassi racing machine, currently leads the way. Oh, he got through the grass there a little bit.
19,
Oh, we got a car through the field. The 48's flipping. 48 hard contact. He was flipping through the air. The 88.
Oh my goodness, that's one of our favorites tonight.
Crunch Williams.
So that's going to bring out your first caution. That was a huge wreck as I tried to get back to the front of the pack there to kind of go through the field a little bit. Captain Killam hard damage on that machine.
Destroyed.
He was flipping through the air there for a second. So that's going to be your first caution of the night. We also saw the 88 involved. Was the 12 involved? You said the 42 was involved as well?
Yes, 42 was involved.
19 was in the grass. He got kind of shoved down there, but I don't think he made too much contact with anything.
42 with big damage as well as the 48. So those guys that was involved in that wreck, they're going to have to come down and repair their damage. But how about everybody else there, Big Jim?
I'd say you come down and get yourself some tires. I don't know if anyone did it up there, but you want fresh tires on every restart.
All right, since we don't have a ticker up here, thanks 704 Games, we're going to assume that these guys came down and got some tires. The one of you already heard is going to pull ahead here. He's going to be clear of that 8 machine. The 4 of Draven 64 is falling right behind him. He's also going to clear that 8 machine of Wasted 88. They're going to, looks like they're going to team up a little bit here on the outside. They're going to try to get that draft going, arc it well into the corner. The 4's got a little bit of a run, but it dies out mid-corner. The 1 car is going to try to beat him off of 4. Oh, that was close. That was inches away from being another Mr. Williams Draven incident on the front stretch there.
There you go. 4 car trying to look underneath the 1.
So the 4 has the preferred lane here down the bottom. He's going to try to take the lead away from the 1 as the 8 car... Is that the 8 or is that the 3? The 3 car is going to make his way underneath the 8. He's going to take away P3. As the 1 car, he's battling it out. He's battling it out up there. He's held his own at least for at least a lap up there on the top. That might be something to look out for. Maybe he's figured something out on the top as he drives it in deep down into 1, trying to get some positions back. As the 34 Tangle Pelt makes it 3 wide, coming off of 2, and they figure themselves out, and they're good to go.
Good.
Yeah, I know Joe. I know Joe in the 1 car was feeling pretty confident about tonight. I was talking to him earlier today. He said he felt like he had found something that he was pretty comfortable with and that he thought was pretty fast.
Well, there you go. He's showing it early. He led the first 10 to 15 laps there before this caution came out and then just got kind of shuffled out during the restart. The 00 Gator Mike making his way underneath the 19. He's going to try to take that position away, but his run dies out on the backstretch.
That 19 car just caught up in an accident, already back to P6? Man, that's a fast car.
That might be somebody to look out for tonight, Storm Rooster. He's not exactly used to running up front, but maybe he has something for these guys tonight. Looks like everybody's playing pretty nice with each other here early on. As they got loose off of 2 there, everybody gets it settled out. As Marksman's falling to the back. Marksman, who was running P3 or 4 before that caution came out, is now currently 3 cars from dead last. Did anybody see what happened there?
Yeah, I did not.
They might have just got good.
I know I saw a crunch got spun out on the inside. I don't know if there's maybe contact between them two early on in this, after that restart or not.
So he might be fighting a little bit of damage there. Looks like everybody sorted themselves out. A little bit of a story. The 42 of Mr. Williams missed qualifying. He started in the rear of the field, and he's going to try to make his way up through the pack. But it's hard to pass here at Texas Motor Speedway. Swamp, how hard is it to pass exactly?
Oh, it's pretty challenging, being that it's mainly a one-groove racetrack. You know, you pretty much have to wait for somebody to wash up on exit and try to, hopefully, you know, you can stick it underneath them there and get the draft down the back stretch.
All right, Big Jim, you did plenty of passing last night in the Xfinity race along with Swamp. Y'all both battled through the field a couple times. Big Jim, you got anything to add to that as far as passing goes here at Texas Motor Speedway?
Just gotta take that really wide arc, hook it straight to the bottom, make sure you paint that white line. You can see that Keenan's kind of washed up the track right there. You already heard going underneath him, but I mean, that's the only way around here. It's the only way you're gonna make a pass. You can hold your own on the outside, but only for a couple laps. I mean, although you see Keenan's right there. He just held him off.
And he gets loose off of 4. A little bit of that Texas bite coming into play early on in this race as the 1 car dips it down below him. He's going to take P2 away with his sights set on that 1 car of You Already Heard.
I tell you who's liking that is Draven. Got a little bit of cushion between first and second right now.
Oh, it looks like the 3 of Keynes came down. He didn't quite exactly chop the nose of the 9, don't get me wrong. Kind of ran him down there a little bit, messed up his entry into 3, and he's going to pull away 4 or 5 car lengths. Now, with a move like that so early, and it probably wasn't intentional. Big Joe, do you remember that later on in the race?
Remember what? I'm sorry, I'm back here looking at Tangle Pelt and all these guys. They're racing hard back here. It's a hornet's nest back here.
So Cobra was going to make the pass on the 3, and the 3, he may not have seen him, of K. Keats, ran his line in the 3. Is that something that you remember the next time you're close to him, or you just figure it's a race deal and moving on?
Early in the race, you kind of just got to give and take at this point. I mean, if that was later in the race and that was for P3 or something up there, some good points at the end of the stage, maybe I could see where some tempers would flare. But this early on, I don't think there's gonna be much coming from that.
All right, speaking of end of the stage, can we get a how many laps to go for stage 1 here, whenever you can, on that stream?
I believe it's 20 to go here.
20 to go. Did
19.
we get? All right, so I believe we're 18 at the line because the stream is a little bit behind. So 18 to go here at the line here in stage 1 as Draven64 is currently your leader, but that 1 of You Already Heard has been strong all night. He's right all over the back bumper of that 4. Did we get a fuel run estimate before this race started, Jim?
Yeah, we did. So your pit window is looking to be around 26 to 31 laps for 50% raise, 2 times tire wear and fuel consumption. They should be good for a little bit.
All right, so that caution came out probably about 12 to 14, 15 laps ago, so they may not be in the fuel window here with 17 to go in stage 1. That's going to make it about 30 laps since the caution until the end of the stage. If, assuming they didn't pit, they're going to have to come down here soon. If they did pit, I think they might have to come in. Can you save some fuel here?
Oh, no. You really can't. It's a lot of wide open throttle time, so The only place you might be able to save a little bit is if people are backing off you. You can save in the middle of a corner, but even then, you're right next to that white line. You're probably gonna hit it, go up the track, and get out of the gas to save it.
So we just saw something interesting there while we were talking about fuel mileage. The one car, you already heard, got the inside lane down on the 4 car of Draven into 3 and 4. He was side by side there for a second, but the 4 car got the momentum off of 3 and took the lead back before crossing the line. That's going to be something to watch for. He may have found something there, about a groove and a half up off the track, 3 and 4. Looks like we're 3 wide back here if I can cycle through quick enough. Well, maybe we weren't. Everybody settled themselves out.
Yeah, I'll tell you another trick to turn 4 here is if you can hook the bottom and stay on the bottom on exit, you aren't going to hit that Texas bite. You're going to be able to just drive it straight off. It won't be as snapping loose on you. So if you can get down, you can kind of see later into turn 4, you can kind of see this brighter area. In the public lobbies, I don't know. These guys have some tire wear, so it might still be loose there, but you can run down there. It's easier to get off the corner.
Alright, so that'll be something to look at. All 17 drivers are looking to avoid the Texas bite off of turn 4 here tonight. Maybe they'll use that advice a little bit. I do want to get to a little bit of off-track stuff. Hey, so Swamp, with this FBGM business, what exactly is going on between you guys and Steve-O down in the Xfinity series?
Oh, you know, just stuff. No, it's all in good fun. Just being aggressive with each other and that kind of deal. It's nothing personal, I don't think. I mean, me and him, we'll give it to each other in the chat, and then we'll message each other. Yeah, we're just messing around, and you know, that kind of thing. I think it was after the Xfinity race at Gateway, he messaged me, said, hey, thanks for calling out this on your stream, because he had gotten blocked down into the front stretch wall on the inside like 3 times in a row, and I had called it out on my stream. Like, if I was him, I'd just dump him at this point.
Oh, well, there you go. A little bit of friendly competition there between FBGM and Steve-O. Steve-O.
Oh, we got a car flipping.
Oh, the 3 car down the backstretch. Oh, he might be lagging because he just immediately went back. Marksman's around. Is that a caution?
He's definitely in a wreck. I don't know.
Marksman's definitely a wreck. Is that a caution?
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, if not, we got a battle for the lead up here. Let me cycle through. The 1 car, if you already heard, cleanly passes the 4 of Draven off of 2. He's going to be your new leader here with about, I'm just guesstimating here, about 8 laps to go in stage 1. If we can get an actual number, that'd be great. Just whenever they come back.
Supply that in a second.
Okay.
I'm on Joe's stream, so I'll let you know when he crosses.
All right. So the streams are a little bit behind, so we're going to sit here and wait for the number.
10 to go.
10 to go here in stage 1 at Texas Motor Speedway in the O'Reilly Auto Parts 500. So that's big for that 37 and the 3. We saw that 3 car running up there in the lead pack for a little while, and now he's involved in this incident still in stage 1. How do you rebound from that, Swamp? He's part of your FBGM crew.
No. Well, speaking from experience, you kind of just got to play the Oh, Keenis went to pit road. You kind of got to play the pit strategy out, right? I mean, you got to come in when you need to here and there, but you know, be aggressive on the restarts and get as much as you can on the restarts without being an idiot, I should say.
That 37, he's just limping around here, man. He just got passed by the 2 leaders. He has a ton of damage.
Oh, we got a car through the grass. Oh, it wasn't as bad as I thought. Actually, there it is. I got to cycle through.
Storm Rooster.
Oh man, so many cars here tonight. He's around. He's still sideways.
Really good. That'd be really good for that.
He's
37 car.
He's just now getting back up to speed. I think they're going to stay green here, with about 8 laps to go in stage 1. Storm Rooster's going to keep it down on the apron. There you go. Now he's getting back up to speed. All right, so that one car, if you already heard, in that Chevrolet Camaro has taken the lead. He's got about half a car length lead on that 4 of Draven 64. I'm assuming with 7 to go here at the line, I could be 1 or 2 off. However, if they did not pit under that last caution, I do not think they can make it to the end of the stage. We might see.
They would not be able to make it to the end of the stage if they didn't pit.
We're going to see, might possibly see some interesting strategy here at the end of
37
stage
in the
1.
wall at the end. That thing just won't turn for him. Although we do have a good battle right in front of that. Captain Killam and Waste have been side by side for 2 laps now. 48's trying to work that outside lane, maybe on worn tires, thinking he can make something happen up there, but it's just not gonna. He lost a lot of time right there having to get out of the gas for the wall in turn 2.
All right, I'm assuming we're coming to 6 to go here in stage 1. I'm going to try to go through the field a little bit, give you your top 5 as they run. Is that one of you already heard who just made the pass on the second place car of 4, the 4 car of Draven 64, as we have a car coming down pit road now. I think that's the is that the 12? It's the 12 of.
We do. So I'm watching Joe's stream, and I believe he's coming up on 4 laps to go. He's got 5 laps of fuel, and his right front is worn the most at 21%.
Oh, so he's going to be able to make it, right? You said 4 to go?
Yep, 4 to go. So he should be good.
Oh, so I was off by 3 laps.
Hey, what you already heard might be trying to save that right front. Draven isn't. Draven's just pulling up to his bumper as much as he can, trying to get that draft. Trying to get the stage win.
So it looks like in 3rd is that 34 of Tangle Pelt, and 4th is the 2 of Kevin, your pole sitter, and then 5th, rounding out the top 5, getting your last stage point, is that 9 of Cobra 17, and Wasted 88 right behind him. He's going to try to take away 5th place before this stage ends, and I believe we're coming to 1 to go.
It should be 2 to go.
2 to go. Oh, we got a car through the grass here. Let's see if he can save it and not cause a caution. And he does. He's going to get back up to speed as they put OFR 50 a lap down here in stage 1. With 2 to go. 1 to go at the line. And as long as nothing changes here, you already heard is going to win another stage this year.
You already heard he won Las Vegas, so he knows how to get around these 1.5 milers.
Now for sure, and it was an exciting finish there at Las Vegas. Working on the 48 of Captain Killam, and it came down to the last lap, or the last 2 laps rather, before that one car made the pass. But don't look now, this 4, Draven 64's got a pretty big run on the backstretch. Remember, he likes that middle lane here through 3 and 4. Let's see if he can do anything. And he's not. It looks like the one car of you already. Oh, Draven through the grass. All he's got to do is cross the line. And he does. He crosses in 2nd. So your top 5 here is the one car of you already heard. Coming in 2nd place is Draven 64. And 3rd, it looks like Tangle Pelt back there. 4th place is the 2 car of Kevin. And I think it's actually the 9 that finished 5th. Under caution there, that 8 car passed the 9. So there's your stage 1. So there you go. So there's your stage 1. Jim, any thoughts on stage 1?
Eventful. I mean, I did not expect. I thought Captain Killam would be up there, but he got involved in some early accidents.
Swamp, anything to add?
A lot of guys with handling issues on the Texas Bite.
And that came early in this race. Stage 3 is a much longer stage. If these guys stay out here and run these tires down, we're going to see a lot more cars going through the grass on the front stretch. So no question here. You got to come down and take 4, right? No strategy here. Pretty cut and dry.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right.
For the time being, I'm taking 4.
All right. So here we go. Looks like everybody at least called the same strategy. If that's everybody took 2, doubt it. So assuming everybody took 4, filled up the tanks. And we are starting stage 2 with your stage 1 winner. You already heard leading the way. That 4 car, Draven 64, is going to start on the outside. He's going to try to use that momentum around 1 and 2, but it's not going to. You already heard it to the apron a little bit. He collects it, and he's going to be able to take off. That number 2 of Kevin is going to take second place away from the 4. We have side-by-side racing back there for about 8 rows. These restarts are exciting. Go ahead.
Everyone's playing real nice here. I haven't seen any 3 wides and any dumb moves being pulled here.
All right, so we know that 2 car of Kevin has some speed. He is your pole winner. He's taking those 2 additional regular season points with him to the point schedule spreadsheet. But he's looks like Joe gives him the outside, and smartly so. As the 2 takes the bait, he's going to try to make the move on the outside, which is not going to work. That 48 of Captain Killam is going to take advantage, and the 2 clears him off. There might be something there in 3 and 4 on that high line as we have a car through the grass. Who is this? Who is it? Oh, it's the 12 of OFR 50. He's going to get it spun back up there. No caution. We're going to stay green here in stage 2 of the O'Reilly Auto Parts 500. So how long is this stage, Jim? Stage 2, how long is it?
This stage is 39 laps.
39 laps. And what was the fuel mileage again?
It will not be in the fuel window. It's 26 to 31 laps for the pit window.
All right, so we will have to pit at least once here. If it's under caution or under green is still to be determined. That 2 car of Kevin's still trying to make that high line work. Swamp, is there any hopes and prayers for that high line around our leader here? Have you already heard?
Unless he's found something that nobody else has, I do not think so. I think it's pretty much bottom lane.
Yeah, fastest place around here is right on that white line. Now, however, you can maybe climb up half a groove and try to get a run off the corner. It's just, you can't be up in that second lane. You can't be above those dotted lines up there. You can't make time.
And Kevin's trying it, and I'll tell you what, he gets a little bit of a run on him on the backstretch. That 48 always puts his nose underneath Kevin as he hugs the bottom line here in 3 and 4 as soon as I'm talking about it. But that 48 always puts his nose underneath that 2, but the 2 always seems to pull him, and the 1 happily so's gives him the outside line for him to try it again, as it looks like the 88 possibly of Lieutenant Crunch back there got in the grass. He's going to fall all the way to last place. No, that was the 37 of Marksman, excuse me. It's kind of hard to see. And there goes Kevin again, riding about a lane up out of the groove. Let's see if he gets this run. And it does look like he's going to get a run on the front stretch. And once again, Joe, smartly so, gives him the inside. Well, he takes the inside, gives Kevin the outside. Kevin's going to try to make this outside lane work for about the 6th lap in a row. It's not going to happen. But watch this run that he gets here on the backstretch.
He's going to have to side draft and get a push from that 48. That's the only way. But 48, he's not taking any risks here. He's going to hook it back to the bottom.
All right, so the 48 still looking underneath that 2. He's trying to take that position away, but Kevin's holding his own up here on the high line. I'm not sure if he could pass our leader, but he's not running bad laps, and not to mention he's mostly out of the draft here because everybody wants the bottom lane. Nobody's going to follow him, as you just mentioned with the 48.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of impressive what he's doing up there on that line.
As the 48 takes the spot away, but he had help from the 8. I have to sit here and think if there's not drafting help down there, that 2 car, one-on-one, might have something for a car on the bottom. That's something to watch for later. Now, coming out of 3 and 4, if you were to run a similar line as Kevin was running there, are you still under the dangers of that Texas bite?
You're actually more prone to the Texas bite the higher you go up the track. Then seeing that in the Xfinity series, a lot of guys couldn't hook the bottom, so they climbed up half a groove and it just get even looser. Maybe these Cup cars, maybe they're a little tighter on that final corner, but I don't know.
All right, we have OFR 50 coming off of pit road here. I'm not sure if he just got damaged and he just decided to come down and just repair it. Swamp, let's get some intra-sport action. What's that score between the Browns and the Steelers?
14-0, about halfway through the second. 14-0, 10 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Who's
Baker's got? Who's what?
Who's leading? Who's
Oh, the Browns.
Oh, you say that like, of course.
I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. I'm sorry.
You
That's
say
why
that
I'm
like
in a
we're
good mood,
supposed to
man.
know the Browns are winning. Like,
Yeah.
Carlos
Well,
will
come on now. Yeah, Baker's looking good so far. Not trying to throw a curse or anything on him, but
nah, well, you already know
man,
about that
Baker's looking
commentator
good.
curse.
Oh, it got me last night.
Yeah, it sure did. We could talk about that a little bit later. Oh, actually, we could talk about it now. Go ahead. What did you see? Because you messaged me at about 11 o'clock this morning. Man, y'all put the curse on me.
And I went back.
They saved it. Go
Big
ahead.
contact between the 8 and 9 car right there. Sorry to cut in on you guys, but 9 car is going to lose a bunch of positions right there. 8 car got squirrely off the corner.
But so I went back and I was watching the stream and you guys were talking about me and all of a sudden I see me. That's one of the times I messed up and you're like, oh, there's the commentator curse. So thought I'd throw a little fun into it.
It was perfect timing. I mean, as soon as Mr. Williams started pumping you up, I mean, as soon as he was done with his sentence, I don't think you went around, but you had hard contact and I think both walls. It was not pretty.
No,
Oh, the
it
one
wasn't
car
a pretty.
just hit the apron right there. 48's going to look to the outside of him.
All right, so we got a new challenger for the lead up here. That's the 48 of Captain Killam. Somebody that we haven't seen up here in the front so far this race, but that's not because of his doing. He got a little bit of an incident there in stage 1. He was part of that first caution. He might have some speed here. Jim, how is he doing in the points standings this year?
Point standings, he's doing pretty well. I don't have the point standings with me as of now, but I can tell you on these 1.5 milers, his average finish is like 2.0. He's really solid at these places.
Well, there you go. He's actually our points leader. I'm not sure what the gap he has, but I was more so trying to get that 2.0 average finish on the 1.5 miles out of you for Captain Killam. And he's running in second place, right on average.
I'll tell you what, you already heard he's holding his own. He hit that apron off of 4 one time. That 48 might be faster, but I mean we've seen this in real life where that arrow, it'll get your car tight when you're in second right behind someone.
Oh, we got the 22 of Kronk's Fight Milk. Lays victim to the Texas bite off of 4. He's going to collect himself and get back up to speed in a 1 and 2, but he lost 3 or 4 positions there with no momentum coming off of 2. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's just saying that 48, he's doing exactly what Denny Hamlin did at Phoenix. He's trying to run just a little bit higher than that one car to get out of the dirty air. See if he can, cut the car back down underneath the one on exit. But when you're in the lead, you have a big advantage. You just gotta block essentially.
Well, it looks like he just tried it up the 00 of Gator Mike on pit road. He might be trying some strategy. Is there any strategy to be had here tonight, Jim?
That's hard to say. You could probably short pit, get a little bit of newer tires on your car, get a little bit of track position possibly, but we saw this yesterday where, I mean, when there was a caution or something, you were trapped on pit road, it put you a lap down, it took you out of the race. It's still pretty early in this one, mind you, but I wouldn't be trying anything out of the ordinary.
And we have another car on pit road, the 22 of Kronk. He's on pit road. He's definitely going to lose a lap. Let's get back around to that 00 of Gator Mike as he's trying to get back up to speed, coming down the backstretch as our leader is coming into 1. Let's see if he loses. I'm sure he has to be a lap down. Let's see if he loses another lap here. And it doesn't look like it. It looks like he's going to continue on. That one of you already heard is a fast car. He might go up there and catch him. But as far as coming out of pit road, it looks like he's good to go. As we have more takers on pit road. Let's cycle through and see who that is.
Oh, 9 cars. Just got
the 8 car.
The 8 cars around. Wasted.
Oh, wasted. And it looks like he's going to collect it. The
Yeah,
3.
he did a 3-6. sexy. What a beautiful
I was
job.
gonna say
That was pretty good looking.
a little bit of Logano loop going on there between the waste and wasted 88. So the 3 car of Keats is on pit road. The 31 of Jay Carver is also on pit road, and we have a third taker. If I can cycle through and find it, the 19 of Storm Rooster. So we now have cars coming down pit road under green flag conditions. They've got to try something different than our leader of You Already Heard.
Ooh, I think that was the 88 that just went through the grass right there. Did a little lawn mowing.
The 88 is our latest victim of the Texas bite. Coming out of the corner, these tires have got to be worn down.
Oh, yeah.
The 42 of Mr. Williams on pit road.
We've
I will
seen
say
him
this,
use
I
pitch
believe-
strategy to his advantage.
I believe if you want to make the most out of taking a green flag pit stop, coming to pit early, you'd be better off to come with a guy or two, so you still have a little bit of the draft.
Yeah, for sure, I can see that. Here with this new rules package, with this big-ass spoilers, in the words of Dale Jr., it seems like every track bigger than a mile seems like a kind of a little mini plate race. You're not quite sticking around all the other cars the same, but the draft has been magnified as the 34 of Tangle Pelt and the 17 of Lights Out head down pit road. They're going to get 4 fresh Goodyear tires and fill up their tank with some Sunoco fuel.
So I have to ask you, I don't know what's going on with Gator Mike, but he did just go a lap down to You Already Heard.
Well, on fresh tires.
On fresh tires. I don't know. Maybe his car just isn't to his liking right now, but I guess that's 2 laps down. I don't really have a running here.
I'm going to assume it's 2, if not, it's 3, depending on how many you go down on pit road here. So, Gator Mike was a front runner here. He was in your, well, he finished 5th in the last season that we ran in the Cup Series. But the NASCAR Heat 4 hasn't really played to his favor. That's a pretty big difference. What are some of those differences, Jim, between Heat 3 and Heat 4, as I take a 2-minute break?
I'm gonna guess that the big difference is that you gotta be even more on the white line in this game than the other one, because in Heat 3 you could get a little higher up the white line and still have a big run coming out. In this game you gotta be right on that white line. So far, Gator Mike doesn't have a top 5 in the Atlanta or Las Vegas race. He's been struggling. I'm not quite sure. What do you think, Swamp?
He's definitely been struggling a little bit this year, and I do believe it has some to do with the new game, because it does drive quite a bit different. And I think also some of it might just the competition in this league is through the roof.
Competition is truly out of this league, I guess you could say. But wasted on pit road. And take his 4 tires and fuel. It's pretty calm right now, not much racing going on.
Yeah, and it looks like the one curve you already heard is going to have everybody except Draven and Captain Killam trapped a lap down here.
Man, has he pitted yet?
He has not.
He has not pitted, okay.
All right, so that one car you already heard staying out long. He's playing the long game. We got the 48 of Captain Killing on pit road. The 8 car wasted on pit road.
Yeah, and so you already heard has 4 laps of fuel left. So we should expect to see him here relatively soon.
So we should see him here soon. And these guys that came down in pit, they should have made up some time. But what happens over that little bit of run after these pit cycles cycle through there, Swamp?
I mean, eventually, it's kind of Joe's going to come out on pit road, and he's going to have the freshest tires, and he's going to eventually he's going to gain all that time back.
Gotcha. How many laps to go do we have? Anybody that's got the stream up?
Oh, give me a second.
Yeah, I'm watching the same stream as Swamp, so we'll probably have the same answer at the exact same time.
Looks like 11.
11 to go here in stage 2, and Joe, who's you already heard, in that one car is coming down pit road now, as he had about 2 laps to go on fuel, and he was about to run dry on the track. I'm not sure who takes the lead. Is Draven the new leader? Well, after this cycle's through now.
Would be, yeah. Or kill him, one of the two.
It might be Killen. Let's see.
I think
I
it's
wish
Killen.
I wish I had a ticker.
That's so cool.
Hey, you'll probably hear me complain about that 3 or 4 more times. So.
I don't blame you. It's don't think they don't have in this game.
Let's see. All right, so Draven's coming off of 4 now. Sorry, and Killen is. I don't know. Whatever.
So the only thing I can say about Gator Mike is he must have gotten in an accident or something, because even on fresh tires and, you know, you already heard he hadn't pitted yet. He didn't have fresh tires. So Gator Mike got passed on older tires while he had the newer tires. I just don't see, he has to have damage or something. Something's amiss on this 00 car.
There could be, or the funding of that Starcom Racing's finally shining through. The driver,
Draven's on pit road.
the Landon Castle of the North American eRacing League has run out of funding, and the car is limping around the track. The 9 Cobra passes the 48 on, I don't know what position that was for.
Yeah,
So
that
Draven.
was for third.
Oh, okay. So Draven was the leader, I'm assuming. He stayed out longer than
Yes.
you already heard?
Yes.
Wow, so let's stay on Draven here, and let's see if that one car, if you already heard, is going to pass him, as he is coming into 1 at full speed, passes the 4, that 3 car King. Okay, once again, thanks, Ticker.
Oh,
Do it.
car in the wall right in front
That's
of 48.
A 12 of
That's 12
OFR
car,
50.
no.
He's having problems here tonight. Man, we can't blame the funding this time, as he drives that number 12 Team Penske Ford Mustang. Looks like the night. Oh, did somebody just wreck on pit road? No, he's going to save it from coming down pit road. It's that 12 car again of OFR 50.
He's struggling, man.
Oh, Mr. Williams falls victim to that Texas bite, the term that he coined last night. I'm sure he's cussing out loud right now. I know they hope they didn't see it, but we saw it. All right, so that 2 of Kevin makes his way past the 4 Draven. I think that's for P3 or P4. Can we get a running
P2.
order? That was P2?
Yeah, you already heard him first. You got Kevin in 2nd, Cobra in 3rd, Draven in 4th, and Killen in 5th.
Oh, well, there you go. So a strong move by Kevin in that 2 car to take away 2nd place. As Joe checks out, Joe's got a half a straightaway lead on the guys that are trying to chase him down here.
Yeah, he's got a 3.5 second lead.
Wow. So he was confident. You mentioned that you guys talked before the race, and he said that he was confident. Apparently, he was confident for good reasons. I wouldn't count out that 2 of Kevin. If he can get back to him here, maybe in stage 3 break, or maybe a caution that comes out. That 2, he looks strong here tonight. He is your pole winner as a 22 of Kronk. Gets into the inside wall, down the backstretch. He's going to keep it going. We stay green.
Hey, well, I'm looking at the splits right now. Kevin's catching up to him. He just cut in 5/10 off of 1 lap.
Oh, that's actually a lot.
Late.
That's a lot. How many laps to go we have?
You got 4 to go.
4 to go, so 3 at the line, and yeah, I think that's a little bit too late there. Now, don't get me wrong, you already heard he already had a big lead there, but he drew it out pretty far. You would assume that he lost some time on these guys at short pit. Did he take 2 tires there?
That's my only guess, because he's been the class of the field, but Kevin caught him another 3/10 right there.
With 3 to go here in stage 2 at the O'Reilly Auto Parts 500 at Texas Motor Speedway. Your first place car is that 1 car of You Already Heard, followed by the 2 car running in 2nd place, Kevin. I don't think he's got enough time here, but he's catching the leader. Which, if you're watching the stream, it's not that black car in front of us, but it is the next car that's just coming across the start-finish line right there when I started talking.
That Mike again? Goodness.
2 to
Yeah,
go.
someone's got
Who won stage 1, Jim? Was it You Already Heard?
Stage 1 was You Already Heard, followed by Draven.
So You Already Heard trying to collect both stage wins here at Texas Motor Speedway. As he comes back to the line with 1 to go, and he's caught that double zero. Let's see if he pulls a Kyle Busch and just kind of lets him stay on the lap that he is, or he knows he has to go as that 2 car, which he's going to run out of time here. But
48 just passed him. I'm thinking that might be for stage points right there.
I wish I had a running order, and I could tell you. That 48 and that 4, they've had fireworks here this season. Let's see if he tries to pull anything off to end stage 2, and he's not. That 4 car is going to be able to keep his position, which is, I think, 4th.
Oh, 88's on pit road.
Oh.
A little confused about that one.
The 3 car on pit road. The 88 on pit road. The 31 on pit road.
I think there might have been an issue because Joe is. I don't want to rat him out, but you already heard was passing Gator, and Gator just disappeared. And there's
Gator's on pit road.
There's multiple guys on pit road right now.
Oh.
We have server issues?
We might, and we ran into this in the last season that we ran, but it was in the Xfinity series. But the rule here is if more than, I believe, 4 cars get lagged out, it's up to the front office if they want to resume the race in a different lobby with however many laps there were to go. I think it's 4. I would have to pull up the rule book here.
Redo this.
Well, it wouldn't be the whole race. It would just be however many laps there were left in this race, and they would just set it up as like a 12% race or whatever it is. That equals the laps. Let's go through, and Gator Mike is still on pit road. The 3 of K Keens is still on pit road. The 88 still on pit road. So, and the 31 of Jay Carver is still on pit road. So there's 4 cars right there that lagged out. A little bit of server issues, we're assuming, here to end stage 2. All right, so that 1 car, if you already heard, he resumes the lead. He's your stage 1 and stage 2 winner. He's going to stay out front here as the 2 car of Kevin is going to try to make a move on him. It looks like that 1 car, if you already heard, is lagging just a little bit, not too much. And it looks like he smoothed out a little bit. Maybe it just could have been the restart. Your restarts are kind of heavy on the old interwebs.
He's going to take a really narrow line right there, see if the 2 can cut it down. He can't. He's going to stay up that lane higher. He's going to let the 4 car underneath him.
That 2 car, he really likes that, about a lane up here at Texas. I'm not exactly sure. It hasn't quite worked out as far as passing people here tonight. I mean, he's held his own, but I'm not sure why you would go up there this early in the stage 3.
They use that imaginary PJ1 that they set for the fall race.
Ah, there you go. Jim, how many laps here in stage 3?
Stage 3 looks like we will have 77 laps.
77 laps with 27 to 30 laps on fuel. So we're going to have at least 2 stops here in stage 3, the longest stage, obviously, of the race.
Well, 77 is 80, somewhere around there. I did about 3 laps before I could catch the lap number.
I can confirm that there was a few guys that lagged out at the same time.
Wow, so that's going to be big, I'm sure. As the 19 the 34 got into the 19, the 19 spinning around in the backstretch here. Looks like there's going to be no caution.
34 just got too high out of 2. Hit that outside wall, and there's just nowhere for that 19 to go. You can't get out of the brakes and turn under him. It's just along for the ride.
Wow, a little bit of incidental contact there as the 34 got into the wall, and like Jim just said, the 19 had nowhere to go. He was around. That 19 showed a little bit of speed here in stage 1. We didn't really see him in stage 2, but this is definitely going to hurt his stage 3 and ultimately the outcome of the race. If you get in a wreck early on here in stage 3, is there even a chance for you to come back, Swamp?
If there's cautions, there's always a chance, but you're definitely going to need the luck of having a caution in order to come back.
Yeah, for sure. So a little bit of a follow-up question here. You get involved in an incident early, you got that damage. Jim, do you come down and repair it right away, or do you try to stay out and look for that caution that Swamp was talking about?
With all the guys that just lagged out there, I think you gotta come down now because you can't really count on a caution. They're all single file up here except for the 2 and 34. Unless someone gets claimed by this Texas bite, there's no way you're gonna wreck. There's no way you're gonna see a wreck.
And speaking of that,
stop the bleeding.
speaking of that 2 car of Kevin, he started P3. He is now running the last position of this pack, the last car in the race, except for that 19 that was just in that incident. What happened there?
That outside's just not working for him. He's having to dive it back down low, starting to realize that outside, it might work for a couple laps, but it's not up there to use every time.
Well, that's a big swing in positions, though, from P3 to back to about P10, P11, P12.
I'll tell you who I'm impressed with is that 17, an Xfinity regular lights out. He's in P6 right now.
Oh, there you go. We have another car on pit road. Looks like he may have lagged out as well. Is that 22 of Kronk? I don't think they're working on the car. I think he lagged out as well. Or rage quit or whatever.
I doubt it's rage quit. But we'll watch and see how long it takes him. If he doesn't get out of it, we'll just add that to the tally of guys that have ended their day early, not by their own doing.
Yeah, for sure. So that 1 car you already heard. It looks like he's got a little bit of lag again. I think Draven sees it, so he's driving pretty far down the track down the backstretch, and that's going to mess up his entry going into 3. He entered in 3 pretty shallow and drove up the track there, as you already heard, takes about a 5 or 6 car length lead over that. Going through the field a little bit.
That 22's gone. Sorry for stepping on you there, but that 22, he's not coming back.
So that makes our 5th car of the night here at Texas Motor Speedway that ends early. All blown engines.
Yeah, I'm thinking we might be redoing this one.
All right, so up here, it looks like everybody's kind of sorted themselves out. You already heard it has taken about a 1-second lead over this second pack of 4 cars. If they could get together and work nicely, they should be able to catch these guys, right? Use that draft, or does that not really matter here in Texas?
It's
No,
debatable.
I would say you could definitely catch them using the draft.
As they're not playing nice back there. It looks like the 30, who is that in the yellow car, if I can cycle through? The 8 of Wasted.
Oh.
Got underneath the 48 and took the position away. The 48 is going to fall back a little bit here. I thought they would all kind of team up there and use the draft to catch the leader you already heard. But a little bit farther back, we have another 4-car pack that does include the 34 of Tangle Pelt. The 17 of Lights Out making his North American eRacing. The 17 making his North American eRacing League Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series debut. Leading that pack back there. And that 2 of Kevin is still fighting with these guys in the back.
Yeah, going back on your whole drafting question, you do need the draft here. That's evident, but when you have a car that's hooking the bottom as good as you already heard is, it's almost, you're gonna have to hope that he makes a mistake, because other than that, he's just gonna be gone. That's the thing.
All right, and that 4 of Draven 64 has caught that 1 car if you already heard. Let's tune in here a little bit. If the 4's got anything for the 1. This could be our like Fox turn it up moment. No, so it looks like that 4 and that 1 are going to continue to battle it out there for the lead. Oh, as the 4 draws even closer.
Yeah, talking about that 4 car, Draven's pretty strong here. He has an average finish at these 1.5 milers, 5.0. Pretty strong. He's still behind Cobra and Captain Kill'em, but he's definitely one of those guys that you see up here a lot.
So Draven64 is our only repeat winner here in the North American eRacing League. He's won the first two races of the season, the Daytona 500 and then the Folds of Honor 400, 500 at Atlanta.
As you talk about him, the battle for third is heating up between Wasted and Cobra.
Except for car, he really swings it in there wide.
A little bit there. That car's gonna get to his bumper, give him a little bit of contact.
Oh.
And the 8 car gets into him. I don't know if that was anger or just getting loose off the corner.
So we got the 12 car in the grass again, the latest victim of the Texas bite. The 8 car hits the apron. Looks like he's going to be able to save it. At 17, lights out. Our Xfinity winner here at Texas Motor Speedway just last night, passing the 8. I believe that's for P5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's for P5. Making his debut. Oh, we have a battle for the lead here. Sorry, as we were looking through the field, the 4 car got below that 1 of you already heard. He's going to have the low line, the preferred line, coming into 3. But the 1 car, he arced it in there pretty well. He's going to have that run. The 4 is going to maintain the lead as they cross the line.
Fantastic move right there. Really clean. 1 car tried getting back to him. Didn't completely shove him off the track. I think a caution.
Is that a caution? We have a caution.
It's gotta be.
We have a caution. That is only our second caution of the night, not including stage breaks. A very clean race here tonight. We have that 19 with a lot of damage. You got to think he was involved in that at some point.
Alright, so this stream just ended. I don't know if that means redo?
Whose stream just ended?
You already heard. Yeah.
He may have taken off because he was lagging there a little bit. He might have a little bit of chatter in the chat saying that, hey man, you're lagging.
Yeah.
Let's check the chat here while we're under caution. Monster Energy. Oh, they're counting up people who lagged out. But no reports of Joe lagging. Alright, Ballistic's in there yelling about football.
Wasted taking the lead right here. He's got the 9 car right up his bumper. May have given him a shove, but that's just going to help the 8 car get a better run off the corner.
Alright, let me get back to this. Oh, the 8 of Wasted is now the leader. As the 4 Draven64 is going to make a strong move into 3. He's going to take the lead back away. Oh, the 19 hard into the 8. The 8 is in the wall. Comes back down into the 9. The 8 is around. The 9 through the grass. He saves it. Looks like it's going to be a single car incident here as the 8 is going to get back up to speed. We are still green.
I'll tell you what. I think that 8 car, I think he must have missed the button for pitting right there because he just got freight trained on that restart and he got walled. Now he's out in no man's land, probably out of the race.
That's an unfortunate turn of events for him, as that's a mistake that you could overcome if that caution comes about. But this 19 of Storm Rooster is now currently battling for second place. He hasn't been anywhere close to the top 5 all night. He's been in a few incidents, but now he is. He's in second place as the 17 of Lights Out has now made the move to pass Joe. He's trying to take third place away in his debut.
How about Lights Out? He's out here making the most out of this opportunity. Trying to get underneath Joe right now.
And Joe's going to secure his position back in P3. He's going to have to fight through Storm Rooster if he wants to get back up to that 4 car of Draven64. Currently running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6th place is Mr. Williams. We haven't seen him all night either. So we have a couple of guys that have been running in the back all race, making their way to the front. Tangle Pelt in the 34 running P5.
You know, with all those lag outs, these other guys have more room to race. Able to show what they're really made of.
As the 1 car gets underneath that 19, he's going to take away second place away. He's going to set his sights on that 4 car. That 17 tried to get underneath the 19, but the 19 slammed the door shut. Yeah, they're not going to be able to. He's not going to be able to make that move. As the 34, Tangle Pelt tries to get underneath the 17. He got loose off of 2. And they're going to be side by side going into 3.
Ooh, little contact.
just a little bit.
I accidentally got into him.
Oh, the 34 got loose off of 4 there. I think he had a little bit of pushing help from the 42, trying to shove him past the 17, but that didn't work. They're going to have to recoup and regather themselves, reset their sights back on the 17. So Draven's taking a 2 or 3 car lead here.
Yeah, going back to what we're saying about clean air and being able to block off that guy behind you. That car in second has a hard time getting around, finding a different lane when it's a one-lane racetrack.
For sure, and I think this is speaking truer than ever because we have that one car, if you already heard, he's already won stage 1 and he's already won stage 2. We know he's fast, but it doesn't look like he's quite catching up to that bumper of the 4. Swap, how's that football game going?
Well, if you have Juju Smith-Schuster on your fantasy team, that's not the greatest. It's probably not great. He got knocked out, but it's still 14-0 right before halftime here.
What's James Conner doing? I'm playing against him.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I haven't seen him a whole lot, so and obviously have the sound muted.
Yeah. Oh, the one of you already heard is going to try to stick his nose under there. And it's not going to work as the 4 lays victim to the Texas bite off of 4. He's going to lose so much momentum. He lost 2 spots.
In a track where track position is so important, this is going to really hurt him.
That one of you already heard, he's going to be writing up a thank you note to the Texas Motor Speedway for inventing that Texas bite. And possibly even Mr. Williams, who coined the term just last night.
I'm looking at what the 19's doing. He's entering a little higher than the 1 car, trying to get that dirty air off and trying to take a wider arc into the corner. Although the 4 car is going to look under him right here.
It looks like he is going to take that position away. So once again, the bottom lane reigns supreme. As the 4 car passes the 19, he takes away second place, and he has his sights set on that 1 car. He's going to try to take the lead back. He was in the lead, but he got a little loose off of 4 there. A little bit of help from as the 19 got into the 34. It looks like they're going to settle it out. The 34 is going to try to come back up the track. The 19 gave him some room to do so. That could have got sketchy really fast.
Don't look now, but P3 lights out. He's looking to spoil these Cup guys. Their little Texas rain right now.
Oh, you already heard, and the 4 Draven got into the wall out of 2. That's going to hurt just a little bit. Looks like the 1 car got the worst of it because the 4 is catching up a little bit here. But to your point, in P3, we do have our Xfinity guy, our Xfinity winner, excuse me, from last night, making his Cup debut in that 17 running P3, and it looks like he's catching these guys a little bit. He missed 1 and 2, but he was.
Took a high arc. You might get the run off here.
Oh, there you go. Find something different here. He's going to have to stay in that draft if he wants to do anything.
Gotta appreciate what he's doing, though. He knows these are the Cup guys. He's not going to dive bomb them going into 1. He has no business doing that.
Yeah, for sure. It's mostly clean racing here tonight. We've only had 2 cautions, not including the stage breaks. Everybody's respecting each other. Everybody's playing nice. That's 17. I've seen absolutely 0 issues out of him. As the 4 car is... He's got the bumper on the 1.
Oh my goodness.
They made slight contact there. I think the 4 overcorrected to not spin out or make even more contact with the 1. He's going to lose 2 positions. And that car that we were just talking about, that 17 lights out, moves to P2.
Yeah, so I was wrong what I said earlier. I said the 4 car, when he got back there in P3 after getting into contact a little earlier, I said that was going to hurt him because of the track position. His car's really strong tonight. He's probably going to get back up there, get back to the 1 car.
I don't think this 17 car is content with second place. I think he wants to come up here and prove these guys wrong and get the win as the 4 car gets underneath of him and takes away second place.
High side. He tried that little getting up out of the groove a little bit just to get to the outside of the 1, and 4 car won't have it.
Oh, it's heavy contact, the 17 in the wall. Commentator curse strikes again. As I'm not sure exactly what happened there on the front stretch. They were through the dog leg, and he just turned right and got to the wall hard. Did y'all see what happened?
Way to go, Big Jim. It was that curse. I'm telling you,
That was a
it was that
curse.
curse.
The commentator curse strikes
The
again.
only
should
way I
send
could
him
see
a-
his car
send him-
shooting right like that would be the 4 car trying to avoid the Texas bite, so he drove really linear up to the wall. Didn't see the 17. Just kind of put him out there.
Yeah, I think Big Jim should send him a message apologizing.
Oh, you bet.
I think that does owe an apology there. That's the 4 car. I swear over here messing around. The 4 car is now below the 1. He's going to drive it in hard into turn 3 and 4. Try to take that position away from that 1 car, the dominant car all night, stage 1 and 2 winner, if you already heard. As they make slight contact, they're going to be able to settle it out and not crash as they are side by side as they cross the line. I'm not sure who would have led that lap. The 4 car does have the preferred lane down on the bottom. The 19 is going to follow him. They're going to try to get the train going on Joe. That 19 of Storm Rooster is still in the draft of the 4. Looks like lights out back there. Got a little loose again, but he's going to collect it and come into 3. Oh, the 19 and the 1 make slight contact. The 1's up the track. He's going to have to save it here, and he does. He's going to have to fall back behind the 34 Tangle Pelt, recollect himself, and try to make his way back through the field where we know passing is hard.
I'm interested to see how this 19 does. He's got the clean air. He doesn't have guys dive bomb him. He could take a little wider approach to turns 1 and 3. Maybe cut into that lead a little bit.
Oh, the 1 car falls victim to the Texas bite. He's going to lose some momentum in the grass there. He's going to fall back, and he's going to possibly be victim to the 9 of Cobra. He fell back pretty far.
Yeah, I think he just needs to get back into his rhythm, hit his marks. He's got a fast car. I think he can find his way back up there, but he just has to, take a deep breath, be able to hit his marks again, and work his way back up there.
For sure, so that's got to be frustrating. You won stage 1, you won stage 2, you made a mistake, let some cars go by, and then some contact with some guys that haven't been running top 5 all night, but here they are. I'm not sure. How do you keep yourself calm during these times? Because we still have a lot of race to go.
You just try to focus, man. Focus on the guy in front of you and have the mindset go get him.
Swap. Are you
Oh,
sleeping
you didn't
in?
hear me? No. You didn't hear me?
Go ahead.
That was Swamp that just talked.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was me. I was just talking.
Oh, congratulations. Look,
Dude,
I knew it was
would
going to
fall
happen.
asleep.
I knew it was going to happen at some point tonight. Y'all sound way too alike. But anyways. Alright, so it's all good. So this pack here, they've kind of caught each other a little bit. We might have a little bit better, not better, but a little bit more competitive racing here in the next couple of laps as the OFR 50 and that 12 machine came down pit road for probably his 6th or 7th time tonight. He's going to merge off of the 2.
34 is looking real strong underneath this 19. He got really loose off the corner, but he's right in the shadows of that 19 car right now.
And there you go. He's going to make that move underneath the 19 on 3 and 4. He's going to try to clear him. He's got the run, and he is clear of that 19. The 1 car, if you already heard, is going to take advantage of that. And he's going to try to take away P3 away from Storm Rooster, and he does. So we got to be coming up to close to green flag stops here. Does any of y'all have Joe's stream up so we can see tire wear, fuel, all that good stuff?
He ended it.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Captain Killam says
dude.
9 more laps of fuel left for him.
So about 9 more laps of fuel here, as you already heard, is making his way past the 34 Tangle Pelt. Well, Tangle Pelt got out of the groove and into the wall hard. 9 of Cobra is going to take advantage of that as he takes away P4. It looks like the 1 checked up a little bit. He's going to lose that spot to Storm Rooster.
12 car.
Oh, goodness.
OFR in the wall again.
Somebody black flag that guy. Just kidding.
The old dirt track rule: two cautions and you're out.
The one car regained his momentum. He clears the 19 off of 4. He is now back in P2. And the 4 car Draven has checked out. The 9 of
Eric,
Cobra
let that
battling
1
for
car get
P3.
back there. Yeah, let that one car get his speed back. He'll be right up there with him.
That one car's been fast all night, so I definitely believe you there. But this 9 car of Cobra running fourth, trying to take away P3. He's been strong on these mile and a half. Do you have any data on him, Jim?
Cobra's very good here. Average finish of 4.0. Yeah, his stages have been very consistent. Stage 1 Atlanta, 3rd. Stage 2 at Atlanta, he won. And his race result was 5th. At Las Vegas, stage result for stage 1 was 2nd. Stage 2, he had no points. That's his only time he's had no points at a 1.5 miler.
So the 9 of Cobra really strong here at the mile and a half tracks, but we haven't really seen him in the top 5 tonight. I'm not sure I could be wrong, but I don't think he got any stage points tonight. But here he is in P3.
He's actually gotten a couple stage points. Finished 5th in stage 1 and finished 3rd in stage 2.
Oh, well, excuse me. I apologize for that 9 of Cobra. That 1 car got into the wall hard out of 2. He lost a little bit of momentum. And that 9 car, who we were just talking about, has sucked up to his back bumper. He's going to try to take away P2 here before green flag stops.
And one thing I haven't talked nearly enough about is about how when you get into the wall and you lose some of the aero, your car just goes away. Aero is extremely important here in Texas, especially in this game. We'll see how that affects the 1 car getting into the wall.
Yeah, for sure. So how many laps to go do we have here? Whenever you get the chance on that stream. We have a pretty big battle here for second place. That one of you already heard currently holds P2. That 9 of Cobra wants it. And that 19 of Storm Rooster believes that he can also take P2. These guys...
Looks like 31 laps remaining.
31 laps to go here in the race here in stage 3. That one of you already heard enters into the corner really low. That's because he's coming down pit road. We're going to have our first taker here. Oh, into the inside wall. He's going to have to slow down. That's going to be close if he sped or not. And he added at least a second worth of damage hitting that inside wall. The 19 of Storm Rooster is going to follow right behind him. I don't think it's going to be very long until we see more cars hit the track, hit the pit road.
Absolutely. When these guys short pit, you got to be right behind them because that 1 car, if he has just a couple more laps of fresher tires, he's going to be probably 3 or 4 tenths faster each and every lap that he has those new tires.
And they do come down. The 4 of Draven down pit road. The 9 of Cobra down pit road. The 17 of Lights Out follows them down pit road. And the 48 of Captain Killam. So everybody here on the same strategy. The 42 of Mr. Williams coming down. So the 34 of Tangle Pelt, I think, took the lead. Assumed the lead here. After all these guys came down pit road, Joe and the 19 are going to come out of pit road, out of 2. And Joe loses another lap, but he should get that back once 34 of Tangle Pelt pits.
I'm looking at Captain Killam's stream right now. It looks like they're going to be good to the end. 31 laps of fuel in the tank and 30 laps to go, so they should be good to go to the end if they can save the tires.
Oh, the 9 makes a slight mistake coming off pit road. He got a little loose there, hit the inside wall. I'm trying to get around to this 4. Let's see if the 4 resumes the lead over the 1 car. And he does. The 4 is going to be in the middle of the turn as the 1 car, if you already heard, enters the turn. The 34 Tangle Pelt, I do not believe has pit yet. He's still got to come down pit road, but he is currently your leader, correct? Anyone, I think? Taking a guess there.
I could be wrong, but I think he's pitted. He looks pretty fast right now, so I think he's pitted, but since the 1 car hit that inside wall, it just cost him that spot.
Okay, so the 34 possibly could have pit already, and if so, that puts him in P2 as they make their way around. I'm not sure if the 8 car is a lap down yet or not either, but if not, he lost those 2 positions. I wish I had a ticker up here and we would know for sure. So if that 34 car already had pit, well, as he's fixing to lose a spot here to you already heard, but I was going to say he's running strong here in second place.
He's running really strong. For a guy we didn't see at all in stage 1 or 2, he's really made the most out of stage 3.
for sure. Now Tanglepelt, he drives that number 8 Chevrolet Camaro down there in the Xfinity series. He won stage 1, pretty strong in stage 2 until he lagged out. So
I don't think you can count on that happening again.
I don't think he's going to lag out, but we know that he knows his way around Texas Motor Speedway here. As he currently sits P3, the 9 of Cobra makes his way past Wasted back there. I'm not sure if that was for position or not, and he sets his sight on the 19 of Storm Rooster. Currently in the lead, you have the 4 car of Draven 64, followed by the 1 of You Already Heard, 34 of Tanglepelt currently running P3, the 19 of Storm Rooster in P4, then the 9 car of Cobra running P5. It looks like Draven's checked out a little bit there. Now that 2 car is up there. Hold on, let me circle around to that 2 car. He's right behind. Oh, nope, I'm wrong. I saw the wrong car.
Nah, the 17 is working to pass the 2 car right now.
Gotcha. So it was the 12 car that I saw in the distance that I thought was the 2. But he's up here battling. He's multiple laps down, and he just lost another lap to the leader.
I tell you what, if you're Draven, you might have wanted OFR there to get behind you and draft with you a little bit there, because you know Joe in the 1 car, and then he's got Tanglepelt right behind him. They don't have much of a draft, but they've got a little bit, and that might be just enough to try to push them up there to get to Draven.
We're just going to have to find out as we come back to approximately 26, 27 laps to go. That 34 Tanglepelt looks like he's falling off the 1. So I don't know what happens here. I think the 4 car's got it locked up here with 20-some laps to go. But we also did see, I may have spoke too soon because we saw at Las Vegas, Joke with the long run car made the pass with 2 laps to go on Captain Killam. So we know there's no quit in Joe. So we'll see. We'll have to find out. Pretty strung out racing here at Texas Motor Speedway. We do have a battle for 3rd place here. Storm Rooster and the 34 of Tanglepelt. And looks like Storm Rooster's going to take that position away. Now the 9 of Cobra's got his sights set on that 34. He's going to dive down into 3. He's going to try to pass them. They're side by side going into 3. And Cobra's going to take that position away. So Tanglepelt here dropping off quick. Is it possible that he took 2? Would it even be reasonable to take 2 here at that time?
Nah, it would not be reasonable. His right front and right rear would be toast right now, and he'd be way off the pace, and he'd definitely blow a tire before the end of this when he had to take 4.
Well, it does seem like he's off the pace just a little bit, not quite that bad. Draven's got a 3/4 of a straightaway lead on our 2nd place. You already heard. Now that 48 of Captain Killam, I'm surprised to see him so far back in the field. He's racing for 7th or 8th place back here with lights out. As he goes through the grass, he's going to be able to save it. No contact, no caution.
Yeah, Captain Killam's kind of not surprised he hadn't been up there today. That average finish, I thought he'd be right up there with the leaders with You Already Heard and Draven.
Alright, so we've pretty much went through the field. Everybody's either single file or spread out pretty good. Oh, the 8 car coming down pit road. Did he stay out or did he just have a lot of... Oh, he didn't come down pit road. He wrecked. He must have fallen victim to that Texas bite as he is now heading 100 and some mile an hour off of pit road. Oh, and he hits hard on the inside.
Then I think that's a rage quit. That has to be a rage quit.
So we did. So
Oh my.
I'm sorry.
There's the 12 under the wall.
So the 4 car's got a full straightaway on that 1 car. But the 9 of Cobra is now in 3rd place, and he's got his sights set on his Chevrolet teammate. I can't even think manufacturer teammate.
We got a really good race going here for 2nd, but yeah, 1st place is gone. Draven is checked out.
And our latest victim for the Texas bite is the 34 Tanglepelt. So he was off the pace there a little bit, and now this does not help his case. He's going to need a caution and maybe 2. The 12 car's
I mean,
back on pit road.
I don't see how you could even get a caution at this point. There's not many cars out there. You'd have to hope someone hits the wall and someone collects them. But,
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think this is going green all the way.
The 9 of Cobra and the 19 of Storm Rooster makes their way past the 1 of running P4. Now, if these 3 cars here work together, they might have a shot at the 4 to catch them using the draft. But besides that, I think the 4's got this locked up with about, what is it, about 15 laps to go?
We will give you that when stream shows us.
No, yeah, no, you're good.
Looks like 15 to go on the dot. Yep.
15 to go. Damn, I'm good. I don't think about that for a second. Alright, so 14 at the line here. Draven crosses the line. 14 to go. Everybody's already pit. Pretty much what you've got is what you got. No more pitting here. You're going to have to take what you have and work with it. The 48 got loose off of 4, but he's going to collect it. No contact, no caution. The 34, Tangle Pelt coming down pit road. Are we sure that he didn't just run it really long there?
Yeah, I feel like he would have ran out of gas before then.
Okay, so he's back on pit road now. Now, on Captain Killam's stream, can you see a running order?
He's looking at the lap info right now, so afraid I can.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wish I had a ticker. There's 704 games. Alright, so Draven has... Yeah, Draven has checked out here. He's got pretty much a full straightaway on second place. If you're watching the stream, that car directly behind him is a couple of laps down. He's not in contention for the win, or at least at this point. The 4, Draven got into the apron a little bit. He had to let out. He almost smoked the wall hard, but his experience shows through and lets off the gas and keeps it rolling here going into 1.
Yeah, like 5, 6 seconds till he gets to the other guy, so he should be fine as long as he don't make any mistakes.
Cobra here has risen into second place. He's still holding off that 19 of Storm Rooster, and the 1 of You Already Heard is currently running 4th. And I don't know who's in 5th, so I can try.
They put these Stuart Haas cars at Texas. I tell you what.
I think it's Kevin in 5th.
Yeah, I think so too.
Alright, so You Already Heard trying to battle back here. He's going to try to take away 3rd position away from Storm Rooster. He's not able to do it in 1 and 2. He's going to have to get back here and catch that draft. Storm Rooster all of a sudden strong. So 10 to go at the line. 10 to go here at Texas Motor Speedway. 10 laps to decide our winner, if it hasn't already been decided, with the 4 of Draven. About a full straightaway away from the second place car. That is the 9 in the Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet Camaro Cobra.
Been a strong season for Draven so far. If he can actually hold off for this one, this will be his 3rd win. But, I mean, we've seen it in real life where in the Cup Series, some guys have a really good start to the season and it just starts to gradually drop off as the season goes through. I'm interested to see if he can keep up this intensity.
Well, it would be just about a record-setting pace. I'm not sure what the record is as far as the North American eRacing League or the previous leagues that we came from as far as wins go in the Cup Series. But you would have to think 3 wins out of, and this would be our 6th race of the season, winning 50% of the races on the season. That's got to be some sort of record.
It's impressive.
Going through the field here, it looks like everybody's kind of sorted themselves out. Everybody's single file or running by themselves. Draven 64 is still in the lead. You got the 9.
Mr. Williams down in his firm coined only.
So Mr. Williams, the latest car to fall victim to that Texas bite that he so lovingly called it on Twitter this morning.
Oh, he loved it, that's for sure.
Alright, so Joe is not battling That 19 is Storm Rooster. He's currently running 5th. Do we have a caution? Oh no, the engine just bogged down so much. I was like, goodness. All right, so we're coming back here with about 7 to go. I could be wrong by a lap or so.
I'll give you that in a second.
Yeah, just whenever you can. I'm assuming 7 to go here at the line as Draven64 has a huge lead over second place Cobra. Those watching on the stream, that white car right behind him is not Cobra. That is going to be the 12 car OFR 50 who is multiple laps down. Cobra is just now coming out of the corner now as you see that white speck coming out of 2. And third.
I could
Go ahead.
not read that.
Okay.
I think it said 4 to go.
That's a 4 to go. So I'm guessing this is 3 to go at the line as the 12 car of OFR 50 falls victim to that Texas bite. He's going to be through the grass. Is he going to save it or is he going to... There you go. He collects it back and they continue down the track. So 3 laps to go, 2 at the line, and that's going to be it. We're going to crown a winner here at Texas Motor Speedway in the O'Reilly Auto Parts 500. 3 to go. Draven with a commanding lead. I don't see anything changing here unless a caution comes out.
That should be 2 to go right there.
Okay, so 2 to go at the line. So if a caution were to come out, it's going to have to come out on this lap.
Yeah, the bogging down of the engine, that's just because they're running on really old stuff right now.
Alright, so here we go. Coming down out of 3, out of 4. Draven64 is eyeing that start-finish line as he comes back to 1 to go here at Texas Motor Speedway, presented by Credit One Bank. So he enters 1 and 2 here for the final time tonight. He has a half a lap remaining to finish off this dominating win, even though you already heard Stage 1 and Stage 2. Draven figured something out, and he has pulled far, far away here in Stage 3. It looks like he's going to ride a real conservative around 3 and 4 for the final time, avoiding that Texas bite as he comes around the dog leg, and he is going to be 1 to go.
Is it? What? Alright.
My booth crew got me excited. Alright.
Yeah, well.
So now he's coming out of 2 for the last time tonight. He's gonna head into 3 to 4 for the last time tonight, I think. And
We'll find out.
let's see if he can avoid the Texas bite.
Can that be the last lap? That has to be the last lap.
As
I
we
don't know, I think-
Oh no.
as we have
don't think
another
it
one.
is.
How many laps off were you?
And another one.
Literally, I don't know how much I was off. I couldn't see it because Captain Killam's stream is basically 3 pixels big.
Alright.
Yeah.
So here so
Maybe it's in 14.
oh lord.
Avenged pulled a Mark Martin.
No, that was 1 to go. This is the last lap.
There it is, yeah.
Alright, so out of 3 and 4 for the last time, he avoids the Texas bite, and he's going to be
There
your
it
winner
is.
here at Texas Motor Speedway. I used all my excitement up 3 laps ago.
That's my apology.
Hey, don't rag Jim too bad.
No,
He's a
it's all
guy.
good. No, it's all good. He did the best he could. So we got...
Brought my dog.
Oh, good lord. I almost brought up the dog stuff too, but I forgot. So we... First is
Still time.
it's Draven64. Second place is Cobra. And third place is Storm Rooster. We didn't see much out of him all night, but he rose to the occasion in Stage 3, taking away P3 for the night. And fourth place is your Stage 1 and 2 winner you already heard. And Kevin in that 2 Team Penske machine rounds out the top 5. All right, let me go ahead and back out of here. Swamp, Jim, if you could talk about this race a little bit as I get the race winner in our lobby.
Alright. You go ahead, Swamp.
Yes. Race I thought it would be, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, I think we might have seen where the cautions died off because a lot of the guys ended up having to leave due to those disconnection issues. But for the first stage, it was very entertaining. The second stage was just as entertaining. Third stage, you could kind of see where Draven was the class of the field.
And Draven64, here he is, our race winner again. The third time you're in the booth. I'm going to start charging you rent. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good, man. That was a big win for me. That was a special one. I love Texas, and man, what a hell of a race. That was interesting, man. I was all over the place there from stage 1, 2, and 3. It was good shit.
Oh, it's definitely an interesting race there in Stage 1 and Stage 2. You were competitive as always, but I didn't exactly coin you as a race-winning car. But then, sure enough, Stage 3 comes around, and you win by at least 10 seconds. How did you pull that off?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Stage 1, we had that first caution. I tried to set up on it, and ended up burning up my right rear, so I knew not to use that. So I kind of altered it a little bit in Stage 2, completely trashed it. I mean, that setup I put on in Stage 2 just kind of ruined the car for me, which is why I didn't show up, which frustrated me because I knew I had the car. It's just the driver was screwing up in the pits on the setup, so I had to figure something else out. So Stage 3 came around, I went back on what I did, and then went the other way with what I was thinking, and ended up working out perfect for me. And yeah, I could feel it, man. I knew as soon as it kind of landed in the corners the way it did, I knew I had the car to be at that point on. So shout out to Hurd. We had some good racing there. I know we kind of had some moments, so I decided to race him a little harder and extra, or a little harder than usual. So yeah, good times, man. I'm really happy to get that win.
For sure. So Stage 3 did work out perfectly for you there as you took off. Now, tell us the real reason why you won. You reached out to that 4 car. You reached out to Kevin Harvick, and you got the secrets to Texas Motor Speedway, didn't you?
It's fitting, right?
I
got a hold of him.
Yeah, there you go. You channeled your inner old man. Now, when is that Millennial car going to make its debut on the track?
Rumor has it might see that pink car show up at Iowa for the night race.
Oh, that'll be exciting. Jim, any questions for our race winner here?
Yeah, I do. First off, congratulations on the win. That was really good performance by you.
Thank you, man.
But,
I appreciate it.
So I'm curious about the lines you're running in the corners. Were you hugging that apron, or were you running just a little bit above that apron?
At the start of the run, I would actually run on the white line as best as I could, and then just kind of gently float up on the exit. And then as the tire wear progressed and the runs got longer, I would actually move about half a lane, and then kind of stay between about almost not mid groove, but about half a lane lower between there and the white line, just kind of depending on how the car would enter the corner. Because once the tires really start to wear, that's when the handling would do all sorts of different things. There was a couple of times where I'd go into the corner and the tire would hit that certain percentage, and then I'm clipping the apron, and it's like, oh damn, I got to change the way I'm going in here. So I just try to keep it between that middle low to the low groove on Texas.
Well, there you go, Swap. You got any questions?
Drink of choice tonight, man.
Oh, you know me, man. It's Miller time.
I know. Hey, have one for me.
I will, buddy.
So it's Miller time. A little bit of competing sponsors there. You're going to have to get up with Kevin to see maybe if you can get a couple free cases from that 2 machine.
That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. I'll treat you some push, Kevin.
All right, Draven. Any shout-outs here before you politely leave as we get our runner-up in the lobby?
Shout out to Gator, you, Avenge, for broadcasting all the races and everyone that puts this together. I know Gateway and Martinsville were rough. I felt like tonight was a good turnaround for the most part. I just appreciate the opportunity to race, just because, never know how many more I got left, so I just appreciate every opportunity I get. And, yeah, just want to say thanks to everybody.
Yeah, for sure. And we appreciate you being here, but I'm not sure your competitors appreciate you winning 50% of the races. Maybe you'll win again in Iowa. Okay. All right, Draven, take care, man. We're going to sit here and we're going to try to get our second place finisher, Cobra, in the lobby. No problem. Take care. Cobra. I may not have him on my friends list. Does anybody have him on their friends list? I could swear I sent an invite to everybody, but I don't blame them for not accepting my invite. It's not that big of a deal. We just can't do these post-race interviews. All right. Well, I'm going to invite Joe then, because he was competitive all night.
I have Cobra. Cobra 1722.
Oh, well, I already invited Joe, so
Alright, well, we'll talk to Joe.
sorry, Cobra.
Joe was a fun one to talk to.
Joe is a fun one to talk to. I think he ended up finishing 4th. Did Storm Rooster get
Fourth,
that from
yeah.
him?
Yep.
Shoot,
He
we should
finished
invite
fourth.
Storm Rooster in here. I bet he's pretty excited. That's all right, Joe.
I know, I
Won
know.
stage 1 and he won stage 2, so at least we have a little bit of a basis to stand on here when they say, "Why did you invite Joe?"
Oh.
There he is.
Oh, still waiting for him to load in on my screen. You already heard, and that CGR1 car now being interviewed up in the booth after finishing P4. What happened there, stage 3?
Well, got told I had a lag, and yeah, just messed up pit entry on the last one, and we had damage from it, didn't do it, and just held on for dear life for a top 5, honestly.
Yeah, there you go. We did. I was on you when you hit that inside wall there coming into pit road. I didn't know it was going to be that big of a damage. Now, however, you did win stage 1 and you won stage 2. Big points night tonight. Talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, it'll pay out in the long run, I guess. I guess that's a consolation prize for messing up that last stage, but I don't know. We'll not really happy that that happened at the end, but I guess that's a positive out of everything. So at least some playoff points, man. We needed that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of guys are going to leave here tonight with a much worse night. I mean, winning 2 stages is a good way to have a bad night. Jim, any questions for Joe?
Not really. Just good job on claiming stage 1 and stage 2, fighting back in stage 3.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Stinks. Couldn't finish it, but we'll get it back.
All right, swap anything. Your FBGM teammate here before we go ahead and end the broadcast.
Good run, buddy.
Yeah, we'll get him next time, man. We'll get him next time.
You're definitely fast, so.
All right, Joe, anybody want to shout out here before we bring this broadcast to the end?
Nope. Just
Oh, big shot across the bow to our 3rd place finisher, Storm Rooster, and that 19 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota machine. And let's see what happens at Iowa. We're going back to a short track. We know what happened last time, a little bit of Martinsville mayhem. Tune in here Sunday night for the Xfinity guys to tackle that track first. And then Monday, for the first time ever, the Cup Series takes on the track in the middle of a cornfield known as Iowa Speedway. All right, thank everybody for joining in. Thank you, Jim, for coming in here. Thanks, Swamp, for filling in as always. Joe, for joining so quick.